Welcome to BreezeLine, where you'll say, ta-ta, T-Mobile, because we have 99.9% network reliability, and they don't. That's right. Time, weather, or even streaming in a basement won't affect our superior service. That's because we have real internet, backed by our fiber-powered network. And T-Mobile, well, they just have a 5G cellular network. So for a limited time, find your perfect speed with prices starting at $19.99 a month for 24 months. Terms and conditions apply. Go to breezeline.com to learn more.
At Kroger, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we're dedicated to doing up to a 27-point inspection on our fruits and veggies, checking for things like scarring. In fact, only the best produce like zesty oranges and crisp carrots reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh, our higher standards mean fresher produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And right now, stock up on your favorites during the 10 for 10 sale. Mix and match participating items and get 10 for just $10 with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Good morning, everyone. This is Aisha Cypher, and today's episode is just pretty much going to be, a recap in short. So previously, I've been releasing blogs and stories over the podcast about some things that happened to me in my past, and try to present it in a way where if anyone's listening today, that they can learn from that and maybe look at things in a different perspective dealing in their own lives. So some people that might know me and may have been around back then might try to pick at some of the things that I say and be like, oh, she said that this happened here, try to pick out small things and dates. No, this is a podcast. It's already long. I'm trying to minimize it and make it short, right? So what I'm going to say to that is my thought process on a lot of things is different. I know what happened, and I might not put the exact date. I'm giving you ranges, okay? So for an example, you know somebody, and then you leave and then come back, you might feel like a stranger, like you don't really know that person. Like for instance, in the previous episode on Legend Speaks, I spoke about my younger Gemini brother and a female cousin that I said that we were going to go by the name of Kim, or Pudgy, whatever you want to call her. I listed some dates in there. So to get to my little brother with those dates, and then people might not understand. Even though before the 90s when I left Ohio in 98, so that was my 8th grade year. Before that, we wasn't always around each other 24/7. Because like I said, I spent a lot of time alone in my room and in the house when my biological mother and his father was at work. And then when they came home, he would come home sometimes. He was literally out running the streets. And they knew he was out running the streets. I was the one who did what they was told. Even though I ain't liked them and had resistance to some of the things and treatments that they did me, I still did what I was told. So I was told to stay in the house before I stay. I didn't run the streets. I wasn't riding my bicycle after school to the hood to be doing hoodish things. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying we didn't grow up in living in a house in the projects or in the hood, but it wasn't far. You can get there, but we didn't grow up there. So neither one of us had to be in the streets. Now, if myself, my younger brother, my older brother, my older brother and my older sister is a 10, 12 year gap. Now, I don't know about their childhood. They may have lived in the projects, but we didn't, me and my younger brother. So if my younger brother was going looking for the hood to do hoodish things, that's something that he went to go look for. It wasn't because he grew up in that environment. He had the opportunity not to do those things, but that's where he went. And it could be because of the mentality of his parents during that time, especially his father, because a lot of men used to have this. A lot of men had these mentalities when it comes to boys doing certain things and being okay with them doing certain things, and then they don't want to hold responsibility for that when they get older, because then they say something like, "Oh, they're adults. That's a grown man. And yes, this is true. They're adults and people are responsible for their own action, but you have to acknowledge the role that you played in their foundation. That has something to do with you as well, But anyway, so I witnessed certain things happen to my little brother, but like I said, I wasn't around him all the time, so I don't know everything that went on with him. I just know I used to get blamed for stuff, even though I was sitting locked away in my room. And then I went away in 98, and then I came back around them. But when I came back around them, like, I was in, like, let's say I might have been in the 10th grade or 11th grade. I was trying to make money to get my own place. So, and I didn't even have a room. Like, they had like a 2-bedroom townhome, and I literally stayed on the couch downstairs, and I had all my stuff in this one closet. So I was working, and I was going to school, and also I would braid hair. These are the things, and my purpose of doing all this because I was trying to save up money to get my own place. And then I found out that, like, when I tried to go put my money in the bank, they wouldn't let me get a bank account because I was under the age of 18. And I didn't trust my biological mother because she stole it from me before when I was younger, and I remember that she stole money from me before. So like $20. It was just $20, but I remember that, like, when I was probably, like, I don't know, I want to say 5 or 6 years old. So I didn't want to, so I put a deadbolt lock on that closet, and every check that I cashed, I would just sit my money in there. So, and all the money I made from braiding hair, I would sit my money in there. And like I mentioned before, I was never the type of person to like, I didn't spend money on clothes and stuff. Like, I was really trying to get my own place. Now, they may have been trying to make it seem like I didn't have a job and I was out in the streets prostituting or something. But, anybody that's ever had a job, working under their information, like Social Security number, you can go, there's places out there where you can pull, and it tells you, like Social Security, it tells you every job that you had. So I have receipts for everything that I've done, because that woman, my biological mother, told me one day, oh, you didn't work, you didn't have a job. So and I'm saying this because they stole my money. They broke down that deadbolt lock off that closet. The door was off the hinges, and when I came home and they stole, I could have killed all of them. I ain't know who did it. I know all 3 of them know what happened, but nobody said anything. And I suspect that my biological mother tried to make it seem like, oh, you out in the streets prostituting, so that was justification for me to steal your money or not do anything. I really think my younger brother and his father stole my money, because the way my younger brother's father, like, he was abusive, right? He, like I said, he used to be the type to try to act like he went to the house like really, really clean or whatever. And I think I think my little brother got that shit from him, like cleaning up the house, going through everything, like cleaning up the house just to see what you got so they could steal it. Because I think he probably did something like that at my granny's house before my granny passed away. I don't have no proof. I wasn't around back then. I'm just rethinking on some things about my younger brother and his father's behavior. But anyways, they stole money from me. They stole all my money. So from all my hair braiding money, and I told you I used to make a minimum of $300 braiding hair, because I used to just always just braid hair. And I did hair. I did that up until I had my second child, doing hair. After I had my second child, I went and had started working more, like, for other people, because hair braiding, like, took a toll on me. Like, my hands started getting, like, sore and whatnot, and I just wanted to break from it. But it's something that I was doing for a long time, and I did it a lot, but they stole that money from me. So it's a lot of things that happened why I had to remove them from my life. Now, I don't hate them, but I know they're not for me, and they never been for me, and so I don't deal with them. Like, the bridges is burned, and people might try to use a situation where you came around and you said this and you did. I've never been that hateful person like that. I've never been that type of person. Like literally, the father of my child, he cheated on me when I was pregnant, and I found out about it because the girl's brother was trying to get with me while I was pregnant. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And he came like pretty much snitching on him. And so I was like, nah. He was like, yeah, he's sleeping with my sister. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So he like, yeah, he's sleeping with my sister Miko. I said, nah, I don't believe that. So I went down to Miko's house, and I was pregnant with my second child at this time. And I went down there to Miko's house, and I talked to him, and we had a conversation. I could tell that something happened. She didn't tell though. She didn't tell me that she was like, no, I didn't do it, but he always trying to mess with me. And so when I left, I went back home. Everybody saw me going there. I left and went back home. I called him and told him, hey, I just went in there and saw Miko. She told me, I lied to him. I told him that she told me that they cheated. And then I said we broken up. And then he called back, and he was like, he confessed to everything and told me. So I'm telling you that story because after that happened, like, I didn't have no problems with Miko. I told you I used to do hair. So Miko was one of my customers. Like, if she wanted her hair did, I still do her hair. That was business. You feel me? I say, hey, how you doing? Miko was who Miko was. Miko, if she was that girl out there, messing around with a whole bunch of different people, or if she did it for money, I don't know. I know they did drugs. I knew they used to snort powder. So, but I didn't know it was like powder back then. I thought it was just weed, but I found out later it was like alcohol and powder. So, that's who she was. Like, I could respect that. That's who she was. I know who she was. I didn't have a relationship with her. I had a relationship with him. So he went and did that with her, and Jabba went and did that with her. And he was mad because I wasn't hateful towards her. But I was like, yeah, but you can't talk to her because you cheated on her. Like, that's how I was. That was my thought process. You feel me? I didn't have a problem with Miko. I don't have a problem with Miko to this day. I don't have a problem with nobody, but I'm not going to deal with you, and I'm not obligated to deal with you just because we're blood relatives. If you don't even make me feel like I'm your blood relative. What do you think I'm about to do? What type of loyalty you think I have to you when you stabbing me in the back and you stealing from me, and you the one that's trying to like create downfall for me? I know I need to remove. I'm like, I don't have to keep you in my life. There's nothing that says I have to. So that's why I'm sitting here telling you, people, like, some people some people have toxic families, and the families will sit there and be like, we're blood in this, but that be the main person stabbing you in the back, stealing from you, and trying to throw you under the bus. You are not obligated to keep that person in your life, whether they related to you or not. They're not no good for you. You need to remove yourself from them. And you need to be aware of your surroundings when you're with them, because I have people like that in my family that'll probably put somebody else in jail just so they can stay out when they were the ones that did it. So I'm not going to have you around me because you only care about yourself. And I've never been that type of person. I cut and I look out for everybody, and I look out for strangers, and I try to take care of people, and I try to look out for people, and I try to help people out. But I'm not going to let you abuse me and use me and still benefit off of me. I'm not. If I could prevent that and stop that from happening, I'm going to stop that from happening. So I encourage you to find the courage to love yourself enough to put yourself first, and to say no, and to walk away if you need to. Now, I hope you have a great day.
Lowe's knows how to get your lawn ready for spring. And right now, you can get up to $20 off select Scott's Triple Action Fertilizer. Plus, get a Cobalt 40-volt 15-inch string trimmer or leaf blower. Your choice, $149, only at Lowe's. Get set for spring. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 3/9 through 3/22. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.